On today's video, we're going to be making a highly requested video, meat pie. So if that's something you'd like to learn, let's get into the video of the day. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're absolutely welcome. My name is Fummeee. If you haven't, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment, and let us get into the video of today. So first things first, we're going to be measuring our dry ingredients. So using flour, sugar, baking powder, we're going to be mixing all of that in together. Now after mixing it a little bit, we're going to be adding our butter. So I like to use real butter for my meat pies because I feel like the crust very flaky and very delicious, but it depends. If you cannot get real butter, you can as well use margarine. So you're going to make sure that your margarine is cold or your butter is cold. Add it to your flour, and then we're going to get our hands dirty. So we're going to put in our butter into our flour mixture, and then use your hands to crumble it up a little bit. You don't want to over mix it, but you also want it to mix a little bit. It comes together like crumbs. Now if you can see what it looks like, this is the desired look that we would need it to be. So after getting it to this point, we're going to do what? We're going to take it and then start to add in our wet ingredients. Now the first thing we're going to be adding, guys, is milk. I love to add milk to my meat pie, so it really depends on you. If you're making it to sell, obviously you will not be adding milk, so you can add water. I'm going to be leaving this recipe in the description box below. So after doing that, we're going to now knead it, put it on our table, and then knead it very well till everything comes together. I added a little extra milk because I thought it was too dry, so it depends on you as you're kneading it. If you think it is too dry, you can add a little bit of water, but I think if you follow the recipe, ideally you should be good to go. You do note, guys, for meat pies, if you want very flaky meat pies, you do not have to knead it for too long, because the reason why we use the cold butter is because we want it to be crunchy and crusty. So if you knead it too much, your hand is already warm, so it's going to make your meat pie dough warm as well, which is going to just defeat the aim of putting your butter in the fridge in the first place. So we're going to put our dough back in the fridge, and then we're going to start making our filling now. Now for our filling, we need carrots, potatoes, onions, and a couple of really nice stuff. It'll be left in the description box below. So first things first, you guys know I am a picky eater. I do not eat onions, so I grated my onions. So you can grate your onions, and then I added in my peppers, and then we're just going to let that cook a little bit just to bring out all the taste and flavors. And then after it's a little hot, we're going to add in our meat. So for the meat, we're using minced beef, so we're just going to add it in. We're not adding water. We want these flavors of the meat and all the juice and deliciousness to come out and help us cook this meat pie sauce. So after doing that, after leaving it for a few minutes to cook, we're going to add in our potatoes first, because we want our potatoes to be properly cooked. We're not going to be adding water at this point, so after adding our potatoes in, mix it up a little bit, and then we're going to cover it. Now we're going to cover it for a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Make sure that you're checking it out, stirring it, make sure it doesn't burn. You do not want burnt meat pie filling. the juices from the meat have come out, you know, it's cooked a little bit, we're going to open it, mix it up again, and we're going to add in salt, Maggi and curry and thyme. It depends on your taste palette, but that is what I like to add. After that, we're going to cover it up again, let it cook for some time, you know, till your potatoes are soft enough, because once we add in our carrots, it's not going to cook for so long because carrots do not take a long time to cook. So after doing that, we're going to cover it a little bit, make sure that the potatoes are well cooked and soft, and then we're going to add in our carrots. Now after adding the carrots, we're still going to add just a little water to make sure that our potatoes are well cooked and everything is just looking nice and delicious. We're going to cook it a little bit, and then we're going to gradually add in our flour. Now what the flour does is it makes the whole sauce come together. You do not want a runny, you know, runny meat pie sauce. It really never comes out very nice. So after adding in our flour, cover it for a little bit and it is done. So we can take that off the heat. So at this point, we're going to get our meat pie dough that was in the fridge. By now it should be well rested. If you can see, it's still a little bit hard to roll, so we're going to roll it out. I used my simple round cutter to cut it out. You can use a plate, the cover of your pan, whatever thing you can to get this shape you can use. So just a simple round shape is all you need. After rolling it out, we're going to be putting in our filling in the middle. So for our egg wash, I basically just broke an egg in a plate and then mixed it a little bit and used a brush to brush the sides of the meat pie. So what that does is it's going to help the two sides of the meat pie to stick together while it is baking, so that your meat pie doesn't pop open. So after doing that, we're going to still take our egg wash and then rub on the body of the meat pie. Guys, this meat pie tasted really delicious, but now we're going to continue and do that all over again. So roll out your dough to the desired size and shape. You do not want it to be too thin, because if you make it too thin, the meat pie can burst open, and you do not want it to be too thick, because if you make it too thick, then you won't be able to put any filling in the middle. So just meet in the middle. Guys, after doing that, next thing we're going to be putting our filling. So putting your filling in the middle. Please note that when I am making this meat pie, it's usually just for me, my family and my kids. So if you are making it to sell or as a business, please add every other safety measure that you need to add. So after adding our filling in the middle, we're going to rub the edges with our egg wash and then seal it in. I feel like, man, this meat pie, I cannot wait. I'm sure it's going to taste really delicious. If you have watched till this point and you have not subscribed or you have not left a comment, please do well to leave a comment and subscribe. It really helps my channel do better, and it helps me know that you guys like videos like this. So after doing that, we're going to egg wash all the. Now the reason why we use our egg wash on the body of the meat pie is so that when it bakes, it comes out brown. So the egg wash gets brown and then your meat pie looks very brown and then flaky and delicious. Now this is what our final product looks like. I hope you guys like it. I hope you try it. If you do, don't forget to let me know in the comment section below, and you can also tag me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.